Hey everyone, I'm back again and super excited to have you tuning in to today's live video. And today I have a really empowered message to share with you guys based on an amazing couple of hours that I just spent with my beautiful team in the Limitless Potential Academy. And we just were diving into some really cool stuff that I definitely want to share with you guys because every time I connect with, these beautiful open-minded human beings who are a part of this community, I'm feeling so enlivened. My soul gets so enlivened because I think that so many of us can be kind of in this state of starvation from, meaningful dialogue and conversation and, talking about the stuff that actually matters. And I'm very grateful to have access to amazing, beautiful like minds from across the globe where we can all congregate and we can all dive in deep. And today they've really inspired me to share this message with you guys, along with some different questions that I've been getting over the last couple of days. I saw Vanessa in the house. I know she asked me a question around very similar to what we're going to be talking about today. So I hope this one helps you. And yay, you caught me live. Yes, good to see you, Lisa. Yay, awesome. And Kayla's here and Bronwyn as well, and Judy. I love it. So drop me some comments as we go through. Let me know how you're feeling about what's being shared today, where in the world you're in, where you are today. Drop me a comment, say hi. But today's message is all around this difference between self-centered authenticity and emotionally intelligent authenticity. And this has been one I've been trying to navigate for particularly over these last couple of years, stepping into my own business. And I'm going to share a little bit about some different ways what I'm going to be talking about today has impacted and influenced how I've been doing things for the better. But I really want to apply it to some of the conversations that I've had this morning with some beautiful human beings sharing their experience. And it got us talking about, what is authenticity in terms of, is authenticity just if you feel angry, you just rage it out, and, shoot your emotional abuse at whoever's in front of you because, hey, that's authentic. Or, what's the difference there? If we're feeling something, should we just be expressing it? Is that our authenticity? Or, if we were to hide that and not share what we're really feeling, isn't that being inauthentic? And it started this beautiful conversation. And we came up with really that it's more about authentic intelligence. And what that is it's instead of being this projector in our lives, and we can use that as an example, say you're angry and you yell and scream at somebody, is that authentic or should we be something different? Is that inauthentic? That's really self-centered authenticity, right? Where we're just projecting whatever we're feeling out onto the external world. It may be authentic, but is it getting you an emotionally intelligent response, right? Like, what are you after? Generally, when we feel angry and we yell and scream, it's because we're feeling very disempowered in our lives and we're trying to regain some power, and we're usually trying to feel understood by the people around us, right? And so, I don't know about you, but if somebody comes and yells and screams in your face, like, you're not really able to hear them very well. You're more so trying to protect yourself, right, from this crazy person. So it's not really going to get you the result that you're after if you're looking for understanding and your authentic expression of feeling in that moment is to get angry and abusive, right? There's a more emotionally intelligent way to be authentic, and what it comes down to is authentic intention. All right, so hear me on this. So there's a difference between you feeling a certain way and expressing it, and that form of authenticity being very self-centered because you're not thinking and considering the context, the other people involved, how that's going to be received, versus having authentic intention, going, okay, I'm feeling really angry right now about this thing, that's authentic to me, but okay, I could go and, create a storm here, by expressing that authenticity, Or I could be more emotionally intelligent about this. What's emotional intelligence? Being able to make a situation better rather than worse based on our response to it, but not sacrificing your true feelings, but actually getting to a place where you have authentic intention. What is the outcome? What is the result that I'm after in this dynamic, in this scenario? Okay, I want to feel understood by this person. Okay, so if I just yell and scream abuse because I'm feeling a sense of authentic rage right now, is that going to get the intention that I'm after? You've probably been down that path a few times before. It probably hasn't led to understanding in the moment. It's probably led to further conflict and another whole problem that takes you away from the initial problem at hand, right? So what we can do is go, what is my authentic intention in this dynamic, in this context? And then you can show up and be truly authentic from the place of where your intention is, rather than the unemotionally intelligent expression of emotion. Okay, so that might mean you might have to do a couple of things before getting to that more centered place where you can actually be heard by another person and express your authentic intention. That might mean you have to go and take a time out, take yourself away, feel through that rage and that anger. I have some really great processes that you guys can use, but at the end of the day, just the release letter technique that I've shared time and time again with you guys, which is just say a process of you feeling through each of the emotional states in the way that it's been scientifically proven that we as human beings move through our emotions, giving yourself that understanding so that you can then come into the context that you're in, into that dialogue, and you can actually impact it authentically, but intentionally, with emotional intelligence that doesn't sacrifice the truth of how you feel. It just allows you to show up in such a way that you're able to get your intention, your ultimate outcome, your result that you're really wanting actually achieved in that moment, rather than the projection of what you quote unquote call authentic, but it's actually very self-centered in your expression and takes you away from an emotionally intelligent result. All right, so I also want to apply this to, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, in my business, right? So in my business, over the last 3 years of me building my own business by myself, previously I was working with my partner at the time, and we shared everything that we did in our business. When I stepped out of that and I stood out on my own 2 feet, a big part was just really tapping into what was really authentic for me, because in my previous business, I felt like I had to make it okay with another person. And sometimes that just didn't sit right with me. It didn't feel authentic to me. And it ended up creating tension and challenge. And so when I started my own business, my number one focus was to just show up from the heart, be authentic, and contribute value in whatever way I could by sharing my own personal experience authentically, vulnerably, through challenge, through whatever, right? And anyway, over that period of time, part of what's authentic to me is, I am a very feminine woman, and I love my hair, I love my makeup, I love my dresses. That's very authentic to me. It's part of how I look after myself. It's part of my self-care. It's part of me being me, right? And so I felt like, okay, that's who I am. That's how I show up. So that's how I'm going to be in my business. And over time, it was attracting at times the wrong kind of people, the wrong kind of attention, and I didn't know fully how to navigate that. I didn't really know, okay, but because some people take it the wrong way, does that mean I should just dull myself down? Should that mean that I should just retreat and just wear a paper bag, because that's not actually authentic to me? And I didn't really know how to navigate that totally in my business. And it's only actually been up until very, very, very recently where I've had some escalations in terms of how that's perceived and attracting the very wrong kind of attention, that I had to take a bigger perspective on what authenticity is. And that's what we're talking about today. So instead of my my self-centered authenticity that's just like, well, I'm just going to show up exactly how I am, no matter how the response I create in my external world. It's now become a bigger, wider thing that I can look at, and I can go, hang on a minute. You know, what is my intention here? What result am I looking to create and generate? You know, and I had to look at that, and then I had to go, okay, so my authentic intention is to create a certain result, never at the expense of who I actually am. And so what I've done is I've just made a couple of tweaks and changes that still allow me to be all of who I am, but I'm more conscious about how I could be perceived in a way that I'm not actually trying to create here. And I don't have to sacrifice the truth of who I am and the different parts of who I am. I can just shift things slightly. You know, for instance, like with my quotes, like I'm not putting pictures of myself on my quotes anymore, even though I thought that was me and my branding and my authenticity. Now I'm like, you know what, like it doesn't have to be me. I want it to be something relevant to what I'm trying to, what the message is that I'm trying to get out and help people with. And also, you know, like on a smaller level as well, you know, my past self, I give love hearts out to everybody because that's who I am, and I treat everybody in the exact same way. Man, woman, child, whoever you are, whatever status you have, whatever. I just had the same way of wanting to connect with people. But, you know, that has gotten me into some trouble over the time where it's misperceived by different people and created the wrong dynamics in my business. And so even that, I thought, no, I don't want to stop putting out love hearts. That's who I am, you know. But at the end of the day, I know this sounds so corny, but you know, at the end of the day, I had to look at that and look at how am I being perceived, because a really great way of looking at this is through the realm of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Now, in NLP, there are a number of what are called presuppositions. So they're presupposed ideas that allow the structure of NLP to really, you know, hold its space. So one of those presuppositions of NLP is that the quality of your communication is the response that you get, right? So you take responsibility for how people are responding to your ability to communicate. And so that's what I've done. So, you know, I might have switched out some of those love hearts, replaced them with something else. You know, I'm still using my emojis because I like them, right? But, you know, I don't want to give people the wrong idea. I still want to show up and be all of who I am. But instead of self-centered authenticity, hey, I don't care how you perceive me, I'm just going to show up and be all of who I am. There's a more emotionally intelligent way of operating in the world. And so that comes with authentic intention. What's my ultimate outcome here? And how can I use my authenticity to navigate that, you know, and not be, you know, caught up in having to be self-righteous in being authentic, even if that's not creating the response from my external environment that I'm actually after, right? So this has been a long time in the making for me personally, and something I've been consistently challenged with, but I feel like I've made a lot of leeway on this, and also some of the conversations being had this morning with the team in the Inner Circle, which you guys can definitely be a part of, and I'd love for you to join us. If you want to, just reach out to me. I'll shoot you the details and you can join us, because it's so enlivening to my soul to get to connect every couple of weeks with incredible human beings on really meaningful levels. One of the conversations shared was one of the guys having a conversation with his son, you know, who was very authoritarian, very kind of, you know, scream and rage and get angry. And, you know, he wasn't getting the result that he was after in his external world. But to have this quality of conversation, you know, to be able to know that, you know, it's not about being self-centered in your authenticity, right? Because if that's not generating an emotionally intelligent response, right, then what are you doing? You know, it's better and more emotionally intelligent to focus on the ultimate outcome that you're after. What's the response that you want from your external environment, and to have your authenticity line up with your intention, you know, and that might mean you got to do other things to take care of your emotional expression that's authentic in the moment, to be able to get to a centered place, to get your authentic intention handled, but it's never going to be at the sacrifice of the truth of who you are. So anyway, I really hope that today's message is serving you and resonating with you. I really want to hear from you guys, so drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Say hello. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. If you've got any questions or words of wisdom, now's the time to share them. But let me check in with you guys. I've got Bronwyn in the house, and Kayla and Vanessa and Judy and Lisa. So glad to have you here. And Kane's here, and Kenny and Ty and Rashid. Loving that there's some greatness here for you. And Les is here, and Ravi and Roxana. Yay, haven't seen you in ages. V, so glad I caught you live on a subject I've been thinking about lately. Awesome. I absolutely love hearing that. And so good to see you, beautiful. I really miss you. And Varun's here as well. And Vanessa, good morning. Thank you for sharing this. This has clarified a lot for me. Awesome. I love hearing that, Vanessa. And I really appreciate your questions and your engagement and your contributions to all of these conversations. So much love for you, beautiful soul. And Aditya is here as well, and Joshua and Julie and Zahid. Some books that I suggest. Okay, so depending on the topic, I think, you know, I make all of my clients go for this book, which is by Robert Holden, called Lovability. I think that it's foundational to your relationship with yourself. It's one of the only ever books, if not the only one, I think I've ever revisited time and time again. I've probably read that book over 10 times now, and I keep going back to it because every page has such gold and profundity that it just allows you to reconnect with what actually matters. So I really highly recommend Lovability by Robert Holden. I mean, my whole office, if you look out here, I've got like books going on everywhere, right? So I've got so many. I would say definitely start with that one. And, you know, I really recommend, if you're interested in learning from a diverse range of amazing leaders who are experts in, you know, all different fields, I'd really invite you to join us in the Limitless Potential Academy monthly masterclasses, because that's what we do. You know, we dive deep and we study, you know, these really amazing concepts. Instead of just reading a book and taking on the knowledge, we make it applicable to our lives, and we actually shift and change and transform because of it. And we do it with another group of like-minded people who are all doing it together. So if you want to be a part of that, I would really highly recommend that you connect with me. Shoot me a message. I'll send you the details and you can join us. And then we actually connect live every couple of weeks. So it's amazing. And we're from all over the world. We're in Australia. We're in the US. We're in across Europe and the UK. You know, we're all over the shop. So it's awesome to get to connect with other amazing human beings and really, you know, challenge yourself to reach for a new level of your potential and surround yourself with amazing people who want to support and challenge you to step up to the plate and make your life one in which you're super proud of. So definitely reach out for me for that. I'd love to have you come and join us. And Kurt is from Buffalo. Awesome to have you here. And again, I can't read your name because it's in Arabic, but hello to you, and glad that you've made it here. And Lisa, you are so beautiful inside and out, Vanessa. Oh, thank you, my friend. You're so beautiful. Some people may be threatened by that, and that's not your business. Please don't change. Be you. I love that. Intention in my word is my word this year. As long as your intention is not to make others comfortable, it's okay. I love that, Lisa. And thank you so much for being such a beautiful, kind-hearted soul that I absolutely adore. I'm so grateful to have you a part of this community. And thank you so much for such kind words. You know, That's a big part of a lot of our journeys is no matter where you have perceived wealth in your external world, that can be with your intelligence, that can be with your finances, that can be with your appearance, that can be with your health, it can be with in any area of your life. You will find that people will be threatened by how you shine bright, and it's challenging. It's challenging to not succumb to dulling your light, to make others feel okay and feel comfortable, and to not want to threaten other people. But at the end of the day, nothing is worth the sacrifice of your greatness. And if that's how you feel with the people in your life, my challenge to you is to find a new group of amazing human beings. And that's why I started the Limitless Potential Academy. It's because, we don't always have access to amazing human beings who are like-minded, who want to support our growth and, our greatness, and want to encourage us to shine bright. And so I started that community for that purpose, so that we can all be learning and growing and supporting each other to our next levels, and where my success is your success is my success. And I'm really, really grateful for the beautiful human beings who are a part of that network. And, yourself included, Lisa, you're such a beautiful soul, and I really, really appreciate you. Oh, and the Limitless Potential group is amazing. Masterclass. Thank you so much for that shout out for that, Lisa. Always appreciate that. So like I said, you guys who want to be a part and join us, just shoot me a message after this or drop me a comment and I'll shoot you the details, and would love to have you join us. And Frank's here as well. And Vanessa, love this. Me too. Love having you here, beautiful. All right, so that's my message for you guys. Please take this on board. It's a really empowering place to be. It's like the next evolution of your development to be the most authentic version of yourself you can be, but not at the expense of your emotional intelligence, right? Your ability to impact and influence in a positive way. Be intentional, bring consciousness to your authenticity, never at the sacrifice of it, all right? So hoping this has served you. And as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and today's message has definitely served you. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining me live. You are so appreciated. I always appreciate your words of wisdom that you share, your experience, your contributions to the conversation. And my hope is that these messages serve you in the way to fill you up on meaningful dialogue, on the stuff that matters, to get you thinking differently, to get you more empowered in your lives in all areas. So hoping that that is the result that and the impact that it's having in your life. And just shout out to each and every one of you guys for your contributions, and would love to have you a part of the Limitless Potential Academy so we can go deeper and meet on a more intimate level. So I'd love that. And Lawrence is in the house as well. Everybody who are joining now, please catch the recording of this video. Get a ton of value from today's message. I'm signing off. I'm sending you guys all of my love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, side note, tomorrow we've got another interview. Yes, super excited about this. So we have got the amazing Jeffrey Slater, who will be joining me live on Instagram at 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So I'm super excited. I'll put a post out for you guys today, later on today. You can get to know a bit more about who he is, an incredible soul who you're going to dive into all the wisdom of. I hope you can join us live for the interview on Instagram. You just need to be following me at Vanessa Jane Patrick on Instagram, and then you'll get a notification when I go live, and you can join us and join in the fun. And it's set to be an amazing interview with loads of wisdom, loads of positive perspective around how you can stay in connection during isolation, challenge yourself, reach a new level of your potential, and just feel good about life. So hope to see you there. And Kurt would like more details of the Academy. I loved what I heard today. Oh, that's so awesome to hear, Kurt. I will send you over the details. I hope to have you come and join us. That's awesome to hear. I love that. And Anthony's here as well. Catch the recording, my friend. Get a ton of value. I'm signing off. I'm sending you all of my love again, and I'll see you all tomorrow.